Hello guys, Kriscoolmod, new setup, new RetroBeast, setup, 4-player. I want to show you this video. I just want to show you the new board I just built for myself. I removed my old big setup. It was too big, too complicated for nothing. This is my new very flat 4-player. If you look, see, it's movable, so I can put on a table. It's not finished. Everything I'm going to show you today, it's not finished. I work every day on it. Every time I have a new idea and setup, but my objective is to get something very practical, very simple, easy to use, because this is where I work on the RetroBeast, the 96 terabyte. So when I update it, work on it, it's a 65 inches TV. This is actually a table I ordered from Amazon, but I like the finish. It's very glossy. So I did all my old for the 4-player. They all have 8 buttons. Coin. Look the design. It's a little bit curved. The start, select, 8 buttons on each, so I can test them all. Usually people they put this is a player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4, but usually people they put 4 or 6 buttons at the end for player 3 and 4. But I put 8 so I can test my LED blinky, lightning, and also all those players are plugged to the Patco. This is my shortcut. I'm gonna explain. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have 8 button shortcut for the Patco. If you don't know what's the Patco, check on my Discord, or I have another video. But as soon as you're gonna buy the Patco and plug your board, you're never gonna come back to other PCB 1, 2, and 3 player. It's so wonderful. It has so many features. It's amazing. I'm gonna show you the inside, how I plug it. So basically, I'm gonna explain all the part. This is the Siamitsu joystick. I really like them. They are low profile. They are professional competition joystick. So it's Seimitsu joystick. The button are the golden leaf from Ultimart. They are RGB. They can show any color you set. Like now they're gonna show the basic color green, red, but I can change it. You have a different palette of color you can show, and actually every game I'm gonna boot, mostly on MAME, is gonna show the button. So if it's 2 button or 3 or 6 button MAME game, it will show the 6 button, 4 button, 2 button. So that's the golden leaf from Ultimart button. Really like them. They're soft, very good joystick. And also my objective was to do something very simple and no sorry, I don't want any bolt, any screw. I don't want to see any screw. See, you don't see any screw. There is none any. After, so I have 4 Samitsu joystick. I have 10, 10, 10, and 10 golden leaf button. The RGB is plugged to the LED blinky. Alright, and I got the power. I have 2 row of I have 8 USB on the back plugged to the PC. So everything is plugged there, and I can turn it on and off like my LED blinky. See, that's the power. The two middle one are the power, player 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I can turn it off, turn it on, and after I have the USB, the LED blinky, the PAC-LED 64 plugged to the PC, I can turn it off also from there. And here I have my Patco. So Patco is turned off, turned on. My trackball and flying stick, I can see it's turned off, it's turned on. My Pixelcade, whoop, my Pixelcade, it's plugged there, so I can turn it on. Not this is the USB port to the PC, so I can put it on. And the Wii bar, because the Wii bar, when you finish playing the Wii, it should be turned off, because you will have problem. So the flying stick, it's from Things Stick, T-Stick. I really like it. It's the Tron, so the 2 button and the joystick. It's amazing. Also, it's plugged to the Patco. It's plugged in the same port as my number 1. All right, and I can change fast and slow. I'm gonna explain later, but I can change if I want the joystick to be very fast. So when I move up and down, it's gonna be very very fast, or slow. It's a slow motion. Also from T-Stick, it's brand new. The trackball share the same input USB as the spinner. So it's a one USB that share the spinner and the trackball. This is not finished. I tried to make a ring, a white ring. It's not great, this one, but it's gonna be there to hide the black. And also I can change the color from under the... That's a new product. So instead of having one USB port for your spinner and one USB port for the from the trackball, because in MAME and RetroArch sometimes it's hard to configure when you have separate USB, but when you have one USB that shares spinner and trackball, it's very easy to set on MAME and RetroArch. And this is the new Patco. It's so wonderful, the Patco. This product is new from last month, 2 months. I tried to show you. Okay, if I don't touch any button on the Patco, it will sleep. The screen's gonna be black. But as soon as you press any button on the Patco, it will show. I tried to show you. Okay, what it says, the screen says what you set on the Patco. Like my analog is fast because it's not slow. My 2-player board, it's set to 2-player board because you can set the Patco. This is the number 1, 2, 3, and 4, but you can switch from those switch. I can switch to 1, 2, 3. Let's say you play a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. This one can be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there is a switch, but you can visually see what's happening on the Patco. The turbo is off, and 8 to 6 is off. 8 to 6 is a great function because you have the old-fashioned way to play fighting game and the more modern way to play fighting game. Usually fighting game, you have the on the Xbox you have the A, B, X, Y, and on the old-fashioned you have the L1 and R1. All right, but modern you have the R1 and R2, RT and RB. But what the Patco does is you press the switch 8 to 6, and it will switch those 2 buttons right there. So any type, old or modern fighting game, your third row eye punch and eye kick will be there. So it can be L1, R1, or R1 and R2. So you always play like the 3 button and the 3 row. That's amazing. So I'm gonna show you. Let's say I have a paper. Disconnect, escape. So you have the escape. The disconnect, what it does on the Patco is switch your X input. It works like a Xbox, but as soon as you press disconnect, it will switch all the 4 player as a keyboard. So each button has a keyboard function. If you want to play a game that use a keyboard or use your button as a keyboard. So that's new. The disconnect, instead of disconnecting the board, is switch X input to keyboard. After my 8 to 6. Okay, I'm going to show you. Look the screen. I'm going to press my 8 to 6. See? 8 to 6 on. Okay, if I press again, 8 to 6 off. Alright. Turbo, you can set the turbo. With the Patco, you can, if you press turbo is the 4. Look at that. It will set the A as a turbo. Usually that's the most common one. See, it says A. I put it off. Alright. But if I press turbo, let's say I want to have those 2 buttons turbo. You press those 2 buttons and you press turbo, it's gonna remember that's the 2 you want turbo. Amazing. Okay, slow, fast. That's the latency of your joystick. So mean fast when you go up, down, right, left. All right, it will be fast. You will play. The reaction is going to be very fast, but if you put at slow with the slow button, and it's good for driving game and stuff like that. So when you press up and down, your car is not going to go crazy. Right and left is not going to go crazy. It's going to be very slow motion. Same thing as the flying stick. And there is the twin stick. There is some Nintendo game they use twin stick. It will combine player 3 and 1 as 1 player. So you can play, there is MAME game that use twin stick. So you can use player 3 and 1 combined to player 1 and play a game. So those 2 players gonna be 1 player. All of this gonna be 1 player. And 2 and 4 is going to be 1 player. So this joystick and this joystick is going to be player 2. Amazing. And the 2 and 4 I explained before, it will switch 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. It's very clean. I really like it. I have my second screen. They are combined. I have 2 second screen, but they are plugged as in window. I combine them. It's for testing, but I can make second screen 1 and second screen 2 separated. So that's good for testing. But now they are combined. This is the new big box. Can I check? I'm gonna show you. Everything is plugged. I try to show you the inside. Oh, look what I did. I buy the Asus panel to arrange your peripheral and controller. That's a panel. It goes on the wall. You have ribbon. So I put my Sendon light gun, my new shooter. I'm gonna test shooter gun, the gun for AR, my Wiimote, Xbox, PS5, Wiimote, the Wii gun I wanna try. So all of those controller are left controller. So player 1, and I have my player 2 there. Same thing, the Sinden, the new shooter gun. I'm gonna test and do a review. The gun for AR, my Wiimote, PS4, PS5, and so on. And I'm waiting for more board because I want to finish this wall. Because I have so many stuff to plug on the RetroBeast. I want to test over time, and everything was in a box and a mess, so I want to put on the wall. It's going to be a panel there, another panel there. So everything, steering wheel, VR, 8-bit do, Xbox special edition and stuff like that. I have all my, this is prototype. I got an idea because all my handheld are on the table and it's messy with all the cable and everything. So I put there. So I have my Asus Li. So I'm testing the 1 terabyte on the Li. I have the 1X, the Switch, no controller. Stuff I want to test, the GPD, the Steam Deck. So this is where I work and I test everything for the 4 terabyte and 1 terabyte. The streamer, my stream PC. It's not finished, but I want something practical and clean. Okay, I want to show you how do I plug the board inside. Come on. All right. Okay. See, it's not finished because I want to cover the bottom. So if I want to play far away from the TV, I can add a table, and you know, you put 4 people sit there, and I can move the board, you know, and it's not heavy. It's not heavy at all. Okay. So this is the Siamitsu joystick, the golden leaf button. Oh, I just glue. See, I want no screw, so I just glue the pack LED 64. So player 3 and player 1 are plugged on the pack LED. So I programmed the pack LED to work as number 3 and 1. But on the RetroBeast there is config files to use the pack LED as number 1 and 2 and the other one as number 3 and 4, or vice versa, or player 3 and 1 on the same board, and the second board is player 2 and 4. Okay, so this is where the mess is, the middle. I have the trackball. There is pin. If you move the pin, it will change color. See, now it's green. So there is 3 pin, and you just have to guess. Come on. Maybe down. Anyway, doesn't matter. I think it's got green, blue, purple, and stuff like that. This is the flying stick. Okay, so the trackball, it's got a cable and it's plugged with the spinner. Where it is? Oh, yeah, that's the cable. Yeah, it's sharing one cable, one USB for the trackball and the spinner. That's it. That's the Patco. Hiding. Yeah, it's a big mess. That's a lot of cable. So basically on the Patco you have player 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is your shortcut. So I glue all the shortcut. I buy some button on Amazon and all the shortcut are there. So because I never remember. So this is the escape. Escape is gonna do the select and start on the Xbox. When I press it, the game's I'm gonna escape the game. Disconnect for keyboard function. 8 to 6 for fighting. turbo, slow and fast for the joystick, very practical. The twin stick function and the 2 and 4 player. By the way, the Patco was created for one reason at beginning. It's to keep your player 1, 2, 3, 4 on your PC, on a Windows PC, always the same order. I can shut down the PC and the Patco 100 times, and the player 1 is gonna be always number 1. That's the main function of the Patco. But he evolved over time. Got a lot of new extra function, because if you buy any Ultimark or any board in the world to plug your button, it's always a nightmare to keep your player 1 as player 1. So this is the inside. Yeah, it's not sexy. The Patco where I put it, it's a big mess. I need to do a cleanup, but it works. Everything works. So all the wiring from those buttons goes on the Patco, and the other wiring for the RGB go on the pack LED, easy like that. So technically for all of this, I have 2 USB for the control and 2 USB for the pack LED. So I have 4. Easy like that. Yeah, 1 USB for the Patco, 1 USB for the trackball and spinner. This one is plugged in the Patco, and the lightning, I plug it, the power for the light, I put it with the trackball, just 5 volt. So there is not so much. So 1, 2 USB for the LED blink, 1 for the Patco, and 1 for the trackball. So I have 3 USB. Very simple. Really like it. Yeah. The Switch controller works on the RetroBeast on the Yuzu emulator. If you want to try it. Yeah. So it's not finished. I work every day on it. Oh, that's the PC. The RTX 4090. All my drive on the front because I need to access them very fast. This is the white version Evolve X. Yeah. With drive, I have the pedal to test. This is the pedal for Time Crisis 5 and shooting games. I have 2 pedals. And this is the from shooter, the new gun. I didn't test it yet, but this is where I'm gonna plug the 2 guns. And the 2 wires here are for the pedal. So it's not expensive, seriously. If those gun works, it's 3 times cheaper than the gun for your. And you can buy this box to hook on your PC. So you plug your 2 pedal, your 2 guns. I want to try this box for the gun for your and Sindon. I want to use the same box because there is player 1 and 2. I guess it's gonna work. It's got a power switch also. You can turn off everything from 1 click, and it's got a USB plug to your PC. So that's the box to connect all your shooter games, the new one. So I'm gonna test it. I'm sure so far people say it works great. So and it's cheaper than gun for your also. And this is the sensor for the new shooter gun. So I have my gun for your here. Sendon doesn't need any sensor. Use the stupid white border, but it works. That's a nightmare, but it works. And the other sensor for the shooter. I have my guitar, 2 guitar. I need to make to plug my my Rock Band Guitar Hero dongle also. I forget them. So this is my new setup. So this is where I work for the RetroBeast. This is my gaming setup. Another PC. This is when I play my Steam game, online gaming, Call of Duty, PS5, my new guitar and stuff like that. That's the LG C2 77 inches, very great. And my new setup for working. Alright guys, so I just want to show you my board. I'm very happy. I can work properly now. Thanks guys. Peace out.